Some French princes that became old dirty bastards. Spent half their life off their nut getting plastered. 2 decades later after they first met, now chatting shit on your TV set. It's Scotty Motty, Scotty Motty, Scotty Motty, Scotty Motty, Scotty Motty.
Jay here, this is Scotty and Motty, which means that's Scotty, yeah? And this is Agony Uncles, but it's not Agony Uncles because the astute viewers amongst you may have noticed it's not just Scotty and Motty today. We've also got Angelina Kelly on the channel. How's it going?
That's all right, thanks. Happy to be here.
I'm glad you came on.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. We probably should have said this off camera, but we can't pay our gas.
What?
We can't.
You can write a problem in next week about not getting paid for
I
work.
will, definitely. Why are you mumbling? Say it with your chest if you're going to disrespect me. Go on.
we don't want to pay you, basically.
Right, okay. Noted.
Because we haven't got any money.
Yeah.
Noted.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I guess you've got, like, between the two of you, you've got about, like, 8 kids, haven't you? So.
And the rest,
Right.
that we know about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got loads of kids.
Yeah, you got kids to
Do you know what I
feed.
mean?
Yeah, I'll let you off them.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still renting, and come on, man. Do you know what I mean? It's times are hard, so when we've got big money, right,
it's the taking part of the cost.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
right.
where else can you go on a channel with over 10,000 subscribers?
Yeah, it's very true.
Do you know what I mean? Come on. So
Glad I drove all the way up from London for this moment.
Yeah.
There we go, man. Well worth the M6.
We can't cover them expenses. Just to be
I'm
clear.
figuring that out now.
We'll get you a tuna and cucumber sandwich for your route back.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that.
Will we?
Better now.
We'll go halves.
Is that in the budget?
on the whoop style, on the reduced style.
Yeah.
One that goes out of date in 4 hours. We'll get you one of them.
We do need to let her know that it's not actually good advice that we give.
No, this is the right. One of the things you need to know about this podcast, Ange, is we get problems sent to us and we give advice out, but we're not liable for that advice.
Okay.
Right?
Good.
So
That's
if people
important.
take it and their life gets a hell of a lot worse.
Not our problem.
No.
Exactly.
It's up to them to take. If they take the advice on, then that's their decision.
I love the fact you come in at this from an aggressive point of view.
Yeah.
Angry.
You don't have to listen.
Yeah.
You're stupid enough
to listen to me.
to say there's a problem and listen to these idiots. Don't be blaming
on
us
you.
when your life goes to shit.
If we do go to court, she's defending us.
There you go. I'm just going to play that clip.
Yeah. Can we
You
clip
were
that up?
warned.
The defence rests. There
You know what?
go.
You should just play that out as a warning, like a disclaimer at the
Yes.
beginning.
I think we fully are going to do that. That's going to be the new intro for this podcast. So look
You're
forward to that
stupid
one.
enough to take this
If you're
advice
so
on.
thick.
More fool you. Yeah.
With all that being said, then, Scotty, let's read the first problem that I dare someone to listen to our advice for.
We're just going to go from the top, or would your preference? Is there anything that you'd like there, Angelina?
I don't mind actually. Any of them.
Okay, we'll start from the top. My wife says I'm weird because I am polite to my AI. I say thanks and please, and sometimes ask how their day's been. Am I weird? That's from Simon in Wolverhampton.
What does that mean? Like, you're polite to your AI. What's your AI?
Like your chat GTP.
You are.
Are you worse than my dad? Chat GTP. That's right, isn't it?
You got it right the second time.
Is an Alexa AI or not?
Is it? I
Is
don't
that-
think, no, I don't think that's classed as AI.
I don't think there's any. Yeah, I get the chat GPT is.
What did I say? GTA?
I don't know.
Oh.
You said it right the second time. That's what matters. Do you know what I mean?
3 letters just rolled into
Chat-
one.
I used to be a poet. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Right. Okay. So when are you chatting to it then?
What are you chatting to it about?
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
anything work-wise?
So do you know?
No, it's not me. It's
I
Simon.
know.
in
Well,
Wolverhampton.
Simon in Wolverhampton, like, is he speaking to something, or is he just typing?
Like
it?
typing here,
All right. Well, I don't think you should say please and thank you. No, I think you just be straight to the point.
You
What
got
about-
him, man.
What do you think?
See, I have experience with Chat GTP, and I have to say thank you and please, otherwise it doesn't always do what I need it to do.
Shut up. Really?
I swear down.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So it's got attitude.
It's got attitude already with me. I think it's realised who I am pretty quickly. So you know what? If she's going to have attitude, I'm going to have attitude
Wow.
back. But my thing with this is
Yeah.
the wife calling him weird because he doesn't say please and thank you and ask how her day's been? Is it a bit of jealousy maybe?
Ah,
That's
right. So she's trying to get in a little dig via.
Oh, you're telling the AI you're asking how their day was and not me. Maybe she's hinting at something.
Maybe the AI had his tea on the table when he got back.
That's it. I think that, yeah. Can AI do that?
It will be able to
Eventually.
soon.
Yeah.
This is what I think. This is why you've got to be polite.
Go on.
Is because, Terminator mode's coming. And they'll remember, like,
Yeah.
they'll have all
The
the
ones
data.
that were polite to us, we ain't going to ignore them. We ain't
exactly.
going to
No,
enslave
they'll probably
them.
kill them, but it'll be later
Yeah.
down the line. You might
Right,
get a bit of
okay.
an
Whereas the
extended
wife's
period.
going to be for the high jump, like
Yeah, I
first
think
up.
so,
Like
yeah.
you didn't want him to say thank you. See what happens. Yeah.
Right, okay, I'm with you now. I understand. Now, I think it's good practice to be polite anyway, all the time.
Do you get worried about AI?
I do.
For what sort of, from a work point of view, or the sort of the future of the world?
In my work, we have had a conversation of like, of our jobs are right here, because
Surely, like, there's certain things AI can't do.
yeah, but I just feel like
AI, I'll get it right. It's only 2 letters.
AI.
AI.
Jesus wept. Can't go down Wembley Way interviewing fans.
no, but more like with social media and stuff, like getting content out and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like it can come up with like titles for YouTube and all types of stuff like that my brain is sometimes needed for, and now it's just like
What about you?
Anything behind the sort of scenes, I think.
I think there's more of a debate going on about creativity, in though, like from your sort of neck of the woods.
I've got friends that are authors, and they're pissed off that you can literally just write an idea into ChatGPT and it will flush out a whole.
Are you annoyed
book
that you
for
didn't do that for Mancunians?
No, because I tried it actually. I don't know.
You went for the rigmarole of actually writing the bloody
I wrote
book
the
and
whole
interviewing
book.
people.
Then Chat GTA came out.
Yeah.
And then I thought, right, I'll put it in, and then my book was better.
Do you know what I was annoyed with?
So
Your book,
I was
then.
quite happy about that.
I was annoyed that I didn't use it for my degree.
Yeah.
You know, for my essays.
yeah.
I actually did the essays, and
See, if it was
they weren't
around
that
when I was
great.
at uni, I defo would have.
Oh, you
Rinse.
well would have cheated.
I feel bad because like how was your eldest? First year.
13.
It's like second year high school.
Yeah.
My eldest is first year high school, and like I'm like, do your homework, and then she don't know answers, and I'm like, I'll chat to you. What is it?
So it's helping the
1066?
parents.
Yeah. But I've got no.
I hated that homeschooling in lockdown.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
But don't you feel you've got to get the kids ready for a world that is going to be using AI? I think it's wrong to sort of teach kids not to use it.
Right, okay, that makes
Because it is
sense.
going to be as much of a tool as anything else, really.
Yeah.
You're not going to need Pythagoras. Nobody ever has.
No, I've never used that. I don't even know what it is. The Pythagoras theorem is something to do with triangles.
Triangles in
Yeah,
it.
I think
Yeah,
so.
that's like in your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Like,
So I mean, the
But you
amount of
can-
arguments I've had in the supermarket with the person on the till about Pythagoras
Yeah.
theorem, it never comes up. It's just nonsense.
But you can get it to write code for you now. So if you've got a website, or you don't even need to learn how to write code. You can tell it I want this. Can you write it in whatever code, and it'll do it for you in seconds.
Can I get it to watch Manchester United games and comment on them for me, so I don't have to?
I don't know. I think you will be able to in the future.
Yeah.
But with this sort of stuff, I think with the dolls and all that stuff, like the people will have AI partners. They will.
Yeah.
You laugh, man.
People marry trees, so do you know what I mean?
Do you know what?
That's not.
I've seen iRobot.
AI is coming. You've got to embrace it, man. So be polite to
Yeah.
AI. I don't think you're weird. I think you're seeing the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Old Simon in Wolverhampton. Go on then. What's the next one?
With all the war shit going on, my brother is mad about signing up to join the army. I don't want him to go. How do I convince him? And would you go? And that one is from Daniel in Peterborough.
No, I wouldn't. I don't blame people that want to go and join the army. Right, if you're into all that, yeah, fair enough. When I grew up at
What do you mean into all that?
Into what exactly?
Into war.
More than that. You know, like Steve. I ask him
Do you
all
have
the
that on
time.
Tinder? Like, what you into?
War and that.
Army and that.
War and
Love
shit.
war and that, me.
Big fan of camouflage and khakis.
Yeah.
Some people are though, aren't they? Like I say to Steve all the time, like, what made you join the army? Because to me, it sounds like hell. Joining the army, it sounds like I'd rather go to jail.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I always wanted to go in the army. Like when he was a kid, he couldn't wait to join the army. And I remember when I grew up, where I grew up, loads of people end up going in the army, but I never wanted to do that. I never would. That's not for me at all. Like, I can't think of anything worse than going abroad. It's red hot. With a bunch of, no disrespect to people in the army, but lads who are, some of them maybe have, I'm not going to say the bullies, but some of them might be slightly aggressive and you're all put together.
Yeah.
And it's like you're in that
Survival of the
environment. Yeah.
fittest.
And it can be a bit testing. Then you've got the added bonus of people are trying to kill you constantly. Do you know what I mean? It sounds horrendous. And also, you get paid shit money and no one really respects you when you get home.
No.
Like, it just sounds horrendous.
You get to use guns, though, Jay.
But I don't like guns.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's it. I've never been one for war.
No. Do you know what I mean? So, if it was me, and it's my brother, I'd probably try and talk him out of it. I'd say, like, come on, really? But, I don't know, some people are determined, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right, would you be into that, going in fighting? in the
No. So I know people that have been in the army, and it's the aftercare, shall we say, is not.
No, it's non-existent,
No.
isn't it?
No aftercare. I've heard things of like stuff that you've got to do when you start, and it's like tactics to kind of like break you down in order to build you up. So I think I can say this anyway. Allegedly, when you go like the first time for like your first bit of training or something, you have to take like children's bedding. So like Peppa Pig bedding or like Disney bedding or something, and it's some kind of tactic to like, I don't know, you're like a kid almost, and to kind of break you down. That's what someone shared with me once. But
That's normal, isn't it?
that's all that aside of the stories that I've heard of
You've
people.
got to take Peppa Pig bedding.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going
You've got
around
your
like
grenades, you've got your gun, you've got your Peppa Pig bedding. Yeah, I got all
Can
that.
you imagine that? Like your family is set to send you off on the bus to do what?
Don't forget
Don't forget
Peppa.
your Peppa Pig sheet. You know.
Yeah, because the person I know went with their mother to like go and like, right, which bedding are we going to go with
my
here?
God.
What's the worst one?
Have you ever watched Sopranos where he's got to go to camp,
Yeah.
to army camp, and he starts crying? I'd be me that. I'd be hysterical, sobbing,
Won't be
hysterical.
for me. I don't think my mother would allow it.
No chance. I wouldn't want my kids going to army.
No.
And also, once you've signed up, even if you leave, you could potentially always be drafted back in, couldn't you?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not.
So it's like you sign, even if you only do it for a bit and then you leave, you're signed up for life unless there's an actual reason why you can't
Also,
fight.
what if they're getting you to do stuff you don't want to do?
Well, like kill people.
There's all this war shit going on, right? Sweet. Like, what are you going to be doing in this war?
Yeah.
Like, what you don't like.
Well, you're
'cause a lot
fodder. A lot of them's fodder, aren't you?
Yeah.
Front line.
Like, I get it if you think like, you know what, I'm protecting my country. I'm going to sign up because it's the war on terror or whatever. And I think if I don't do my bit, then we could all die. But you don't know with some of this war. It's like, where are you getting sent and what you're fighting for?
I think you've got to do your research, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got to do your research. What exactly would I be doing? Because if you've got an idea in your head of, I'll just be running around with a gun and it'll be fun.
Yeah, that's
Got
what I
to
mean.
really think
like
about
in the
it.
playground. Do you know what I mean? With a stick.
Just using your fingers.
Nah.
I tell you what, that'd be so much better now. Everything's going on in the world if everyone just use the fingers and
Everyone
make
uses the
noises.
fingers and
Yeah.
sticks and just runs around making noises instead of
Yeah.
actually killing each other.
Yeah.
There you go. Do that instead. Run around the playground with
Where
a
do you
stick.
actually stand on Israel and Palestine? I'm only joking.
Wow.
Right. I am an Arsenal fan. What can I do to solve this problem? That is from John, and he is from Islington. I'm an Arsenal fan. What's he laughing at?
So quick-witted. So snappy. That is from John, and he's from Islington.
That's in London, innit?
Yeah, it's North London.
And people are
The
called
way you
John.
read that out so
Highbury
quickly.
and Islington
It's
is the
just
stop you
amazing.
get off
I'm not
at.
surprised you wrote a book and you're a poet. Just the instincts there.
He was right though. The location is good because you get off at Highbury and Islington to go to Arsenal.
Yes, shut up, boy.
Can stick up for himself.
I don't need to.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you, Angelina. See.
You're
Just
the one
'cause I
that
told
came
you I
to
was
me at
gonna
the
give you
beginning.
expenses.
Yeah,
Now you've
exactly.
turned against
Loyalty's
me.
out the window.
Scotty,
mate.
mate.
Scotty and Kelly sounds a lot better.
I know. Solidarity, sister. Thought you were part of the M30 mafia.
Nah, moved up to M28, didn't I? So
mate,
left all that behind.
You sold it. Arsenal fan. Do you know what, right? Just got to accept it.
Have we read this? Have we
Yes.
read it out?
Yeah.
So I'm an Arsenal fan. What can I do to solve the problem?
You can't solve the problem. You've got to embrace the problem. Yeah. Just face facts. Certain things in life that are inescapable. Death, taxes, Arsenal, bottling things. It will always happen. It's part of your culture. It's part of what makes you who you are. Just don't have that hope. It's the hope that kills you. Embrace the fact you're always going to fail.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
consistent, if nothing else.
They are consistent. And I love the fact, right, they got a manager in who was terrible, right? He won the FA Cup, then was shocking. It was like 8th, 5th. And then he got second. Everyone's like, you stick with him, you see. You stick with him, you stay with him, and this is what happens. What? You carry on not winning anything.
Yeah.
That's what happens. So just embrace the fact that, that little blip that was Arsene Wenger and George Graham was just that, a couple of blips. You'll be fine. We have to do it. We have to do it as United fans.
They've got to be used to it by now.
You think so, wouldn't you?
Surely. You live down there, Angelina.
Yeah, I do. Know quite a few Arsenal fans. Don't particularly like most of them. So it's hard being down there dealing with them. I'll be honest.
Is there a lot of them?
Yeah, there seems to be more Arsenal fans than other teams. Yeah. I think support a local club. There were so many.
Well, his local club, if he's in Islington.
No,
his
but like
club is
there
Arsenal,
will
he's got it again.
there
Both
will be
barrels.
like a non-league team round there, won't there? Like just go and support that. Like do something good for the community.
Do you know
It's
what though?
cheaper.
I like that grassroots.
Yeah.
You know what you could do, right? You could be the exception to the norm for Arsenal fans. Because Arsenal fans, right, you speak to them one day and they'll go, tell you what, Martinelli, best winger in the world, Martinelli. Honestly, he's the best. He's not just the best winger, he's the best player in the world. And then he'll have 2 bad games. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. He's shocking.
Too extreme. They have no middle ground.
Even
is there?
like, and as a United fan, I see a lot of extreme opinions. But Arsenal fans are the worst. It's like Arteta out, then it's Arteta's the greatest manager on the planet within a week. Just try and break that mould and say, you know what, I accept the fact we're rubbish, but I'm going to stick with the team and I'm going to get behind him.
There is another option.
Go on.
Stop watching football. Could you ever not be a Man United fan?
No.
Could you ever walk away?
I don't think I could.
Could you?
No, I couldn't stop being a United fan. No, definitely
I
not.
mean, even just like career-wise, it'd be a bit
I mean, I could do it.
difficult,
I could stop doing it as part of my career. That can be testing at times. But being an actual fan, no, I couldn't.
I don't think I could.
No.
Even like, you know, certain games where it's been rubbish or we've lost or whatever, even then there's still some enjoyment in it, being a fan. I still think like the highs outweigh the lows, and even like when we've lost or it's been a disappointing result, I've still managed to have a laugh with the lads when I've been watching a game or whatever.
Yeah.
There's still always been a little bit of sort of...
And
light
even
at
if
the end of the
United are
tunnel.
bad, I always find amusement laughing at Liverpool.
Oh yeah, there you
So
go.
there's
There's always a little
does
bit.
it even matter if
There's always a little bit of something.
Arsenal
there.
are doing better than Spurs.
Yeah.
You know, there's always someone worse off in life.
Yeah.
Right, last one. My missus has been cheating on me, but I've also been cheating on her. I think that we both know, but I don't know if we should acknowledge it or just carry on. For what it's worth, she definitely went first. And that is from Stephen in Stourbridge.
Whoa, Stephen in Stourbridge.
Yeah.
Nicely done, son. Well read.
Thanks.
My missus has been cheating on me, but I've been cheating on... Why? Just bin each other off.
Maybe there's like something that they need to hold on to, like a house.
All right, okay, yeah. So you just...
I read that, like, people are going through divorces and stuff like that, but they're unwilling to separate because the accommodation would be cheaper.
Could you share your bed with someone?
I imagine they're not sharing the bed while they're both shagging other people.
No, but knowing that
It's
person...
It's not like
no.
ancient Greece.
Well,
Limbs
you never
everywhere.
Know. You never know what Stourbridge is like.
Stourbridge is the new Athens.
It is. Could you share your bed, though, with someone who's been out with someone else? Would you be all right with that?
Sleeping?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just you just put your head down.
Bed's a bed, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, slept in worse places.
Yeah.
Right, so you'd be all right with it. Yeah, I mean... yeah, but it's the difference between sleeping in a skip, which we've all done, and sleeping next to someone who's cheating on you. Like, would that not
Yeah,
bother
but
you?
you're cheating on her back, so...
Does that make it better for you, though? I just think this sounds like a relationship that's done.
Right.
Right.
Why do you not think they're sort of acknowledging it between them?
Maybe it's just a weird game they play.
Maybe it's just
Yeah.
that. Maybe it's just that awkward conversation.
Maybe
You
it's a
can't bother.
kink.
Yeah.
Maybe like the fact that they're both doing it, that sort of adds to the spice. And once that
Yeah.
they sort of know about it, that it sort of removes
the
any of that
game's
sort of
up, yeah.
danger.
Ah, right, okay.
The idea of kind of side-eyeing the person like
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you're
I
sleeping
know.
with someone
Yeah,
else, but
yeah,
can
Oh,
get
yeah.
the kick out
Going
of
out
it.
to get milk, are we? Yeah, I'll see you in
yeah.
3 hours.
Shop closed, was it?
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah, so maybe it is like a little bit of a king. I just... See, this as well, for what it's worth, she definitely went first. That to me sounds like someone who's a little bit annoyed.
Yeah, this
I
is like
don't
tit
know.
for tat.
Sounds
Yeah.
like he's justifying his own sort of.
She went first. Doesn't seem like you're all right with all this. And the fact you've written to us says you're definitely not all right with
Oh, that's a
anything.
good point, actually,
So I just think, bin it off. Life's too short, man. You might turn around in 10 years' time and then split up and think, I just wasted an extra 10 years. I should have listened to Scotty and Motty and Ange.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what
I
mean?
don't know, yeah. Yeah, sack 'em
Have
off.
you ever been with someone who's cheated and known they're cheating and stayed with them?
No, I've discovered that someone, not physically cheating, I discovered that someone was on a dating app behind my back.
Ooh.
That was, yeah.
Did you find them because you was on a dating app as well?
Yeah, no.
You're like,
That's a
finger. How did you know?
I know, I know him. Oh,
Hang on a minute.
what you did on this
Swipe
app?
right up.
How do you know I'm on that app? Never mind.
It's a long story as to how I found out, but I
Let's
found
say,
out.
like,
I was not on the date.
your
That's
mate
not
or
what-
someone told you. Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, we'll
I've
go
seen-
with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I found out. Was obviously not best pleased about it. We all know I'm from Salford. I'm not going to say what I did or didn't do in my angry reaction. I think I was quite calm, to be honest. Did
Let's
things
just
get
say,
thrown? Maybe.
yeah.
But you know what? They didn't necessarily hit the person, so it don't matter. That's not
That's the
assault.
good thing with a petrol bomb. It doesn't have to hit the person. It can just hit their car.
Throw anything at a wall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know what I
and it
mean?
was
The
and it
flames
was
will do
my
the
flat,
rest.
my wall. So
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah,
Do you know what I
there you
mean?
go. Exactly.
Yeah. So that wasn't great. But I didn't retaliate by then going on the dating app. I then sacked him off and then went on the dating app.
Yeah.
So I created a bit of space. But yeah, it's not a good feeling. Like the person like tried to like give an explanation or tried to say they were going to right the wrongs, blah, blah, blah. But I think when stuff like that goes on, I think there's two types of people. There are some people that can move on from stuff like that, and there are some people that can't. I can't.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
I'm too much
I
of an
agree.
angry person, I'll be honest.
I think
so.
the problem is that he said if they're going to acknowledge it, like, should he do that? Because if he comes out and says it.
Yeah.
Depends who he's cheating with, though, because is it someone that he's like fallen for, or is it just...
But then you'd be out of the picture, wouldn't you? You wouldn't carry on the facade.
That's...
I don't know, man. I think you're on hiding to nothing because, you know, when, like, if you know someone's cheating on you, can you trust them when it comes to anything?
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? Like, every little thing they say, you just can think, yeah, you're
Yeah.
full of it. You're cheating on
It
that.
can't be a
This
fun
screams-
environment to sort of live in that
Sounds
kind
horrible.
of house. Yeah.
Sounds like I'd rather be doing what my man's doing and going in the army than putting myself through that.
Yeah, so there you go,
You can't
Stephen.
live in the same house, can you?
No, that's what I'm saying to you. Like, you're sharing a bed with someone you
I
know
mean,
is...
it's going on. There's a reality TV show at the minute where a couple that have been together for 10 years, it came out, this big scandal, that he'd been cheating on her with one of her mates.
Right.
And the new season of the show, they're still living in the same house, and his assistant has to message her and be like, oh, he's coming out of the downstairs gym, he's going to come to the kitchen and make himself something to eat. So she knows that she shouldn't have to be in the same room, and it's...
Really?
Yeah.
God.
Because they're arguing about the house and who should keep it and how they should
Yeah.
sell it. So, yeah, it's not...
No, I think...
Couldn't do it.
I think, yeah, he needs to go.
Either intense therapy or counselling
Yeah.
or sack it off.
I'll
Yeah.
get to the army, Steve. Right, okay, I've been Scotty, that's been Angelina. Thank you so much for your wonderful
And-
advice.
No.
Really good advice there.
Yeah.
So we won't be having you back on this.
Definitely not. I've
Coming on
ruined it
here,
for myself, haven't I?
with your expenses forms and giving out good advice.
Yeah.
You think you are. That's not what this is about. Yeah.
Sorry.
Come on.
But if
You're helping
Angelina
people.
isn't back next week, you can get some bad advice from me and him. Scotty and Motty. Scotty
and Motty. Hey, are you getting paid by the hour?
I had an
Scotty.
I didn't have to do a nap, and it's just I've
Is that-
found it hard to get out.
Really? Is that what you call it?
Yes. I'm not in Stourbridge. Scotty and Motty at gmail.com. Right, Angelina, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Angelina. Thank you. Round of
Thank
applause,
you very
thank
much.
Do we do this?
Well, we never have guests, like we'll start
Yeah.
doing it.
And you're not,
Joe
you're not
McGrath. Joe
paying me,
McGrath's
so...
going to want this next.
You're not paying me, so I want a round of applause. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Woo! Yeah, Angelina.